You tune in to 88.1 WESU, Middletown. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, word. We got a dope show this week. On the line, we have special guests. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
This is Billy Woods, or you can just call me Woods. It's the simplest.
I'm a big fan of your music. Tell them, let them know what state, like, what's the name of your label? Backwood Studios?
Yeah. Backwood Studios is pretty much put out the vast majority of my music. Collaboration with them, and based out of NYC. Although, people have kind of moved around, so you have
okay.
We have somebody in Dallas too, and West Coast people, but yeah, still a New York label at heart, I feel like.
Like the Reavers, and who else are a part of that label?
Oh, right now, or stuff that we've done, period?
Period.
We've done, obviously the Reavers record, we put out Vort Omega's record, his last solo, Mega Graffiti, which, one of the things I'm proudest about as far as stuff that we've done. We put out a bunch of Willie Green's music, and he's an integral part of the label to this day, as a producer, engineer, and waiting on that Willie Green solo. The Lucid, who I'm also in a group with as Arm & Hammer, his solo is coming up, and he's just an incredible artist who has been down with us for a couple of years now, and we're all really looking forward to his solo record coming this fall, winter. Henry Canyons is a new artist that we have who's multicultural background. He's based out of New York. He's from New York, but he's based out of LA. I know I'm forgetting some old records. It's been...
You have Dower yourself, but you're not talking. You have Dower Candy, right?
My own stuff.
And then the Arm & Hammer is that was a great project this year. This past year.
Thanks for saying that, man. I like. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Elucid, and I think the records. Me and him, we did the Race Music LP together, and then we did the vinyl EP, Furtive Movements last year, which I'm real proud of both of those records. And then for myself, I had History Will Absolve Me in 2011, 2010. Can't remember. And then Dower Candy with Blockhead, who also does some production on this new record I have coming out.
Yeah, this stuff is dope, man. That's why I've been trying to get at you for a minute.
I'm glad we made it happen, man.
For sure, definitely. And you have something coming out on the 31st.
Yeah, so the 31st of this month, which has turned into rap wars. The month of rap wars. All of a sudden, it's like everybody's project is dropping. Kendrick dropped a pretty incredible project.
Right.
There's a lot of different projects dropping, but my project is dropping March 31st.
What's the name of it again?
Today I Wrote Nothing is the name of the album. Production by Messiah Music. Bus Driver and A$AP Rock did a beat. Blockhead did some beats. My man June Classic did a beat. Willie Green did several beats and, engineered the whole thing and mixed and mastered. He did a great job. And then Elucid did a couple beats. And he did production on some of the stuff we did as Arm & Hammer. And so he does some dope shit, and he's doing a lot of the production on his own solo, so
yeah.
That was dope. Me and him, we work really closely together on this album. I mean, it's definitely my album, but I recorded it a lot in conjunction with him, and he did some production too. So Steel Tip Dove did a beat, and Das G4W, this Australian producer who's I came to know through doing stuff for Arm & Hammer, and great dude. One dude to hang out with, too.
Yeah, that's cool. The Arm & Hammer, I played that to death, a lot of it.
Which one are you talking about? The race music record or the furtive movement?
The furtive movements.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a heavy banger last year for me. Heavy.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that I'll be interested to see what you think of this project then, because I think there's kind of a little bit of a line between on the kind of interesting between this project and that one. I mean, they're very different, but
all right. Well, we'll get into War Machines. You know,
yeah. Rock it. Messiah music on the beat.
No doubt. Tune into 88.1 WESU transmission 28 days later. WESUFM.org. Mr. Billy Woods, Fire, War Machines. Tune into 88.1 WESU transmission 28 days later. Billy Woods and War Machine. I like your dark lyrics. You got dark lyrics.
Well, that certainly applies to that song. And yeah, I think a lot of times I do. Definitely that song, which was one of the first ones I actually did for this project.
That's dope. I like that. I like it. It's dope.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, Messiah music really was an integral part of it. There's a lot of producers involved. But his beats kind of formed the backbone of the record. I mean, and the rest of them sort of play off that, go in different directions. But having his production there really helped me to have like a framework to then branch out from.
That's dope. So, what's the name of it again? And it's coming out 31st?
It's called Today I Wrote Nothing.
Today I Wrote Nothing. What do you mean by that?
Well, it was, I guess the short version of the story is that I met a person. I was going through a period where I hadn't really, after we finished doing the Furtive Movements EP, which was a while ago, I hadn't really done anything. And sometimes I always like to take a little bit of a break, just to recharge creatively and try to have new perspective and not just be out there just churning out the same thing over and over, and I guess what happened was then it sort of got to the point where it was like, wow, it's been a while. And even, there were a couple of situations of people who wanted to collaborate and who I wanted to collaborate with who hit me up to do stuff. And then I would try to work on it, and I was just really blocked. I was really blocked. And I had to hit them back and be like, dude, I don't even think I can do this song for you because everything I'm writing right now is pretty terrible.
Right.
Or just not having any ideas, And then I was in this bar, and there was a person in there with that book, and engaged me in a conversation. Oh, so that title is also the title of a book.
Okay, yeah.
By a Soviet writer who died in, I believe, the 20s.
Okay.
He died during the siege of Stalingrad, Leningrad at the time. Anyway, so he was reading that book. He engaged me in a conversation about something, and then I started looking at the book, and there was all these little short stories. I mean, even calling them stories was a bit of a stretch, but it was very short works, a lot of which had kind of absurdist twists to them. I mean, talking about his work would be a whole nother conversation. Yep. But basically, he showed me this really interesting book of short stories, and then I loved the title, and then I was thinking, what if I just go home and try to just write some shorter songs and not worry too much about, and I went home that night, I wrote one joint, and then from there it just rolled. This was the fastest that I've ever done a project by far.
That's dope. That's cool.
And I don't think that the quality suffered, although we'll see, but I think it actually, I don't think it's better or worse, I just think it helped create, I like every project to have its own mood, its own process, its own internal logic.
Right.
to how it worked. And the internal logic of this project was definitely like inspired, writing all the time. Once that happened, and I was just working on it nonstop, recording, and it all just came tumbling out pretty, I wouldn't say easily, but swiftly.
Well,
there was no down period. From the beginning of working on the record to the end, I was pretty much working on the record.
Well, I think it'll be well received. I mean, I think you're selling yourself short on how people are feeling you out here, man. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I never really know until I know what I think of it.
Yeah.
But I could never really tell. Even now, there's only a few people that have heard the whole thing, and even some of my collaborators, there aren't a lot of collaborators on the record, but Curly Castro got on there, did me a big favor there, out of Philly, Wrecking Crew. Great guy, Curly Castro, so Rocka. So Curly's on my, Haslo. So Curly's on my record, and he hasn't even heard it or whatever. But anyway, the few people who have heard it,
well, it's
always surprising, because sometimes in my mind I think, oh, well, these are the songs people are gonna like. These are the ones that we'll have to grow on them. But it rarely matches up with what you imagine. You know what I mean?
True that.
And so sometimes, which is fine, but sometimes it's. So then I've had the few people who have heard it. Some people hit me back and they're like, "Oh, this is my favorite joint." You're like, God, I would have never ever guessed that.
I think it's.
I don't really.
It's gonna
I didn't
bang,
really
man.
engage anyone in a conversation about it because.
Right.
It's too early. It's too early for me to be like, oh, why do you think? I want people to like.
It's a week away. It's a week
away.
But
basically, I mean, actually, we need to get it out. We need to get another single out, which hopefully is going to happen Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
I think maybe the Bus Driver track.
Okay, yeah. See,
which was a great look. Those dudes, Aesop Rock, great guy, incredible rapper.
Yeah.
Somebody I
Bus
look
Driver,
up to a
he's
lot
dope.
as an artist. Bus Driver, incredible artist. Maybe I might say the best, one of the 3 best live rap acts working today.
I've seen Murs. He's dope.
I haven't seen Murs for a long time.
I've seen early Murs a few years ago. So, but I
Bus
trust you.
Driver
I trust
just
you.
brings a show that's like nothing else.
I was
I
down
can
on.
even say to people, if you're not even into his like recorded music,
Right.
the experience of seeing him live is a whole different story. It's really
I had to
interesting.
check him out. He grew on me as a rapper. I'll admit that. I didn't like his early stuff, but I like his later stuff. But
yeah,
that's cool.
I'm telling you, if you go to a show, you will get your money's worth.
No doubt. Well,
and I mean that's saying a lot, because I saw him rock with Aesop Rock, who's as polished,
right,
a rap performer as there is out there. He's been doing it a long time.
Right.
He brings his A game. You see him.
Yeah, I've seen
a lot of Aesop shows. I've opened for him once before, and it's like every time, the bar is set at a certain level, and it never comes in under that.
Right,
you never go see him perform, and the energy is low, or
true. Yeah.
Never misses a lyric or a bar, and even with that type of. Because I performed with him once. I opened for him and Bus Driver in Texas, and I was just like, wow, like, because Bus Driver was going before Aesop, and we were both like, damn, dude, that's a tough act to follow.
Yeah.
My man is up there, does not stop rapping or moving,
yeah.
while also like manipulating the beats for like 50 minutes.
Yeah, see, yeah.
Dolo.
Performer. I seen Aesop.
Yeah,
he was here at Wesleyan years ago with Cam Mateo and Malibu and Cam Mateo.
Okay.
S.A. Smash, yeah.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, no. So it was a good look, and I was really happy to get some production from those dudes, getting a cool beat and a lucid out on it. And I think it's a good song. So maybe that's the next single.
Well, that's dope. Tell give the people the information and so they can check it out. Go, support you. I think you're gonna I think people are gonna surprise you. People dig your stuff.
Well, you can definitely you can go to backwoodstudios.com. That's BACKWOODSTUDIOZ.com, and you can pre-order. The album is on vinyl, clear vinyl, double vinyl, clear gatefold, with its own original art shot by Alexander Richter, who's a pretty famous photographer and a friend of mine to boot. And then the CD also is available with different cover art from the vinyl and a full lyric booklet.
That's dope. That's
also
nice
done by Alex Richter. Yeah, no, I think that I like to think that we do a good job of putting together good physical packages for people who want them, and then you'll also get a download link sent to you once the album drops.
Cool.
The day of, so you don't even have to wait for your physicals to show up, start listening to it. And then, I don't personally do the Twitter thing, but the label maintains a Twitter, Backwood Studios on Twitter.
Yeah.
And we have there's a Billy Wood Facebook page. So, check those out.
Hey, man, I'm glad we were able to connect. That's cool. And we'll be I'll be in contact with you.
Yeah. Hit me up and hopefully I'll have the new single on Monday or Tuesday or whatever. I'll shoot it over to you.
All right, no doubt. Well,
all right, man. I appreciate you having me on.
No problem, man. Take care.
All right, peace.
Peace.